Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good morning. Glad to find you here again. Well, it's a bit gloomy and I was a bit tentative on how I'd approach this day, but this motorcycle is waiting for me to be ridden. I hope you can see it fine. I've changed my camera angle for now. I'm using chest rig as compared to a helmet mounted rig. Now, as you can see in front of you is the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Got keys here. And I hope it doesn't rain out because that would just suck. So, without further ado, let's go try this thing out. It's a bit high, but now noticing it on the side stand, it was a bit high on the center stand, but noticing it now on the side stand, well, not flat footing, but mostly the ball of my foot is on the ground. The heel is just a little bit off the ground, but all's good. It's got a compass, nice. Trip meter is 350.6 kilometers. I guess that's total. Last trip was trip 9:23 a.m. Let's see for synchronized. 9:27 in my watch. So select button. This is the RPM and this is the speed meter. That's trip A, trip B, the average trip. Let's try and hear how this motorcycle sounds. Automatic headlight on. I've not touched anything and there's no headlight switch here. That is very soft featherweight touch throttle. Idling is just about right. I'm just about ready for things. Everything seems to be in order. I'm just checking my camera angle so that you're not gonna be seeing pavement, or you're not gonna be seeing sky. Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, amen. Keep us safe, Lord. Good to go. Yeah, I do that all the time. The clutch is a little bit, how do you call this? Clutch is a little bit shallow. This is deep. We're engaged in first gear now. This one here, if I'm pointing, I hope you can see it. That's first gear and it's really deep. When you need to release it, so that's neutral. Very easy to find neutral. Releasing it from here. Releasing the clutch is quite shallow. Foot brake, that's really catchy. Back to neutral. Let's go to low beam. It was just a little bit getting used to handling that clutch. Just a little bit of touch for the upshift so that you get to neutral from first gear. This bike is just getting the first impressions out of the way. Riding posture is a little bit upright and all, but look at you cannot see my feet. I am flat footing this bike. It's flat-footed, just waiting in the, yeah, a little bit tilted sideways, but it's flat-footed. And I'm just upright. I like the riding posture of this one. Clutch is a little bit, you need to get used to it. There's some, it's not an issue. Maybe it's just how it feels. I'm not ready for how that clutch feels. You need to release it a little bit higher on the clutch here so that it bites. And then if you're not ready with the throttle, it stalls. Yeah, that clutch is really shallow. I'll point that out to you later when I'm off the bike. But now, let's just get the initial impressions first on how it's riding. Well, no brainer there, it's upright, and how the foot peg is located, it's central. I mean, it's just beneath you, it's not forward control. So it's a really nice foot peg. I like foot peg that is just beneath you, or beneath your center of gravity. Marco Polo, we're going through Calveria. For this episode, I guess I would like to go east to the Pacific. I hope you can see me fine. I'm sure you can see the dashboard nicely. There you go. You really need to put that throttle in. Get that throttle in so that you don't stall the engine. It's really touchy and all. Well, once you get used to it, I'm sure it's gonna be no brainer. Back to first gear, upshift 1, and we are at neutral. Getting the hang of it. Handlebars, well, it's not that wide of a handlebar, and it's set not low but set a little bit high, so it's kind of good. Things are kind of looking good with this motorcycle. Oh, fuel first. I need to get fuel. The growl of that, I think this is 411cc. The growl of that 411cc's, I'm feeling that growl. I'm liking it a bit. Of course, it's different on how I hear it here as compared to being in the muffler side, and the muffler end, I mean. So far, this bike feels solid. A little bit of vibration maybe on the handle, but I'm not yet able to say that to you out loud with full commitment because I haven't been on the saddle that long. After 3 hours, I'd get back to you on that one. Trust me on that. The dashboard is a bit simple, but everything's laid out for you in front. You know, you're not looking for anything. Where is it? So everything's laid out in front of you. Fuel, compass, tachometer, and speedometer. And your odometer. Neutral gauge, left-right switch. And the riding position. The foot brakes. It's an easy bike to ride. It's a nice bike to ride. I like it. You know, first impressions first. Always need to get away from that first impressions. Me just riding it firsthand and everything. so far, I've been here in traffic. It's not as clumsy. It's a little bit, should I dare say, a light motorcycle. But like all big cc, well, it's not that big. It's a single cylinder 400 cc. I can feel the heat a little bit. You know, there's a little bit of heating coming from the knee area, not the crotch area, but the knee area. When you're in this traffic, go in first gear, lots of revs in, counter that stalling characteristic of how you release the clutch. I mean, this clutch would be easier if it's a little bit adjusted downwards. That's it. It's a little bit high. So when I release it, it feels like I don't have a handle. I don't have any control on the handlebars. When you're shifting first gear to zero, standing to neutral to zero, one thing really stands out vibrating. This guy. It's just so flimsy. I don't know. Every time you accelerate, pull up the revs, it just buzzes. There's a little bit of buzz coming through it. If there's anything, the clutch is really heavy. This clutch here, it's already tiring me out a little bit. Not really heavy, but it is not as light as compared to other motorcycles that I have been riding. And there's already a little bit of fatigue on my wrist. But I will say that would only be me. I have been riding for a while. If you guys notice, thank you for tuning in. I was not feeling 100%. I've been doing the father thing. It's the first time that I'm gonna be doing that. So, sending my kid to school and then fetching her. One of the funnest things that I've ever done ever. But, like I said, I was not able to do motorcycle videos. And this review I have been putting off for a while. But finally we're here and we're riding. Lane filtering. Hee-haw. If there's a bit of space, then you're cleared for lane filtering on this machine. Like I said, the handlebars are wide, but it is not really that wide. There's still a little bit of space, wiggle room, so that you can play with. And just go through, squeeze it in. I guess the side panniers that come with a bike, when you buy this, 305,000 pesos, all in. The side panniers are just as wide as the handlebars. So I'm not worried with the side panniers will be getting caught when I do filtering. Because it's I think it's as compact as the handlebars. That still remains to be seen. I just hope I don't get caught or don't get snagged. Morning.
Full tank, sir. May power.
We're all gassed up and we're ready to go. I like that there's a side stand reminder that says that side stand. So comfortable. And I also like that there's a fuel gauge that says, hey, you have your fuel low. So comfortable. I guess these are the creature comforts you need when you're gonna be traveling. Well, when you need this kind of motorcycle to go traveling. Second gear, third gear, we have a gear indicator. There's something about this motorcycle. Everything has been thought out so that you'd be comfy when you need to be traveling in a longer distance. And plus there's a clock. It's saying that it's already 10 a.m. Such a nice touch. Okay, gear shifting is smooth. You know, the transition from when you do the clutch and the accelerator is kind of smooth. But the gear shift, when you do the transmission thing on your left foot, it's clunky. You know, it is not as smooth. It's just a pluck. It's a little bit too clunky for my taste. But it doesn't affect anything. It's just how it sounds. Well, I've been getting the hang of how the motorcycle works. The clutching, although a little bit stiff. This clutch, although a little bit stiff, there's just this around here somewhere, that area here. If you're down here, then you release it somewhere here, you're not gonna get it, you're gonna stall the bike. But if you're gonna release it somewhere here, then you're good. Neutral, the way the foot shifter works, it's very easy to find the neutral. And fuel, I like the fuel. We're at a 3/4 gauge. It's saying it's 40 degrees, my temperature, 10:03 a.m. and we're headed northwest. Tachometer, we're sitting at 1,100 RPM. Wow. I'm liking this bike. Of course, these things, kinda nice. Only thing I don't like is this one. Really rather flimsy. I don't understand that. Maybe an aftermarket. There's one bolt lacking. That's why it's kinda flimsy. So we're going to Tagum and be back just before 2 o'clock. So about an hour and a half of riding, I find myself here in the edge of Mawab. And this Royal Enfield Himalayan is surprising me a whole lot, you know, of how smooth it rode, even with those semi-knobby off-road 70/30 or 80/20, 80% on-road and 20% off. The way it handles, the way that engine is giving you that punch, that growl, it's really nice. I mean, the motorcycle is surprising me a whole lot. This engine, I think, would be at 411 if I'm not mistaken. I've been riding in traffic and you can feel that there's heat coming from that engine when your legs are in here. It's mostly in this part here, not in your thigh. This Pirelli MT60, that's 1990, 21 inches overall, is doing good job here at the front, and the MT60 at the back, which is 120, 90, 17, is also just doing that good job. Really surprised how this motorcycle is giving off performance. It's giving off that sound because it has a center stand, but I would want you to hear the engine, I mean the muffler coming from behind, because it's really not the same when it's coming off the front. I mean when you're riding it with me there. So there's no wiggle. I mean there's no sound coming off the panniers. Just that jarring sound that you hear. No sound coming from there. And everything seems to be working really fine with this motorcycle. I'm really surprised with it. So I'm already halfway through my review and I'm just in awe on what this motorcycle is giving, the performance that this motorcycle is giving. It's something that I was not expecting. Now, if there's something that I did not expect as well, is this thing here. It lacks one bolt. That's why it's kind of like flopping in the wind. Just not the best thing to do if you're 110 to 110 above. I guess the top speed for this one would be 130. I haven't tried a 130. The fastest that I went was 120. That's it. Throttle pin throughout 120. So we're going back to Davao City in a while. And I just wanted to give you a runaround of the Royal Enfield Himalayan. I mean, this oil cooler is doing a good job because that temperature is really not rising. It's hovering around 40 to 41. So Himalayan, hey, you're looking good. All right, we're back in the saddle, going back for our return trip. Morning. Back on the saddle, come on! Now for this part, we're gonna see if we can hit that 120 consistently. I've already gotten the hang of the bike, the clutching, how it all goes out, and the characteristics of the bike. So far, half of this journey, no overheating, vibration on the handlebars, very minimal, vibration on the whole motorcycle, very acceptable. Just how this motorcycle handles. There's something about it that makes me want to, if ever I'm gonna be in that situation that I need to get one that is available with the side panniers and all, this is a strong contender. I mean, a really strong contender. And another contender would be the Ninja 400 from Kawasaki, but that thing doesn't have the side panniers installed. And that would be 295,000. This would be at 305,000 with the side panniers and all. I think 10,000 more for the side panniers and you're good to go. I think that's how you can see it. But I cannot tell you exactly what it will be up until I get to test ride and compare it with the Ninja 400. Well, for now, this Royal Enfield Himalayan is just doing its thing nicely, might I add. Third gear at 90, throttle pin at fourth gear, going 100, 110, 110. Let's go off the throttle a little bit. There's a little bit of traffic on the road. But the sweet spot of that gearing once you've had it dialed in, you know what to expect and what gear you are in. It's just humming and smooth. And all I can say is wow. A really strong contender for that 400cc machine if you're looking for one. I guess it will be a good second bike, you know, a bike that you've already, you already know how to handle a bike from 250 to 300 and you're just wanting to have an upgrade to 400 and not wanting to have anything more. Because you're already content with a 400cc, that you're going to be touring with it. You know, it's going to be something that you're going to be using, and you don't need that additional top end speed coming from a liter bike or a 650cc bike. And this would be something that would fit you quite nicely. Third gear, fourth gear now, going at 100. I'm sure I can get up to 110 with the fourth gear. Let's see how I can pass this thing. Throttle pin. Fifth gear. This side mirror is really disturbing me. Let's see the top speed. 110. Everything is pinned. Clear road up ahead. 120. I am at 120 kph, and that's it. No more. Top speed with this one would be a 120. I guess it's limited, because I cannot, there's no rise from 120. So take note of that. For guys that are wanting more than 120 kph, this motorcycle is not for you. Because you would be topping it at 120 kph. Handles in the bends, very nice. It's kind of light. When you lean it, it's just wanting to stay on that lean up until you try to correct it with a counterbalance. And all I can say is that this is something that I would really want. The qualities of a motorcycle that you'd want, it's here. I read in a review that it was really vibey, It's just acceptable vibration, man. The padding on my gloves is not that much, but it's really comfy. I mean, I did not get a tingling sensation riding it. And I'll give you an update an hour and a half from now when I'm at home, when we're back at the shop, and give you the final tally on what this bike is. If I was in a sport type of position and you're going through this kind of traffic and your back is bent, hunched forward, it would not be as comfy as what I'm experiencing now. This is just comfy. It's not really upright, you're still a little bit forward, just a slight lean forward, offset from the 90-degree that your body is in. And that just makes a difference, a whole world of difference. Because for some reason, you just feel that it's not as... You're not being left. When you do the throttle on the bike, you're not being left behind when it's trying to pull. So it's just nice. I mean, my back doesn't hurt every time I accelerate, and it makes me want to go, makes me want to fling your head back. And it's so forgiving in rough conditions such as this. Like I said, if I was on a sport bike with that rough, it would have already been painful on my back. But this one, just standing up a little bit and you're okay. The stand-up, the upright standing position is really nice. I mean, the handlebar is not a high-rise handlebar, but when you stand up, it's just where you need your handlebars to be. You're not reaching down for it. When you stand up, I guess it's the body mechanics as well. Me, for a 5'8" height rider, I was not slouching when I was standing up on this bike. That's a good thing. I mean, it's like this bike was really made for someone like me. 5'6" to 5'10", you're not gonna be having problems with this. A 6-foot rider, well, it depends, it's in the higher end of the spectrum, but you would want a different, maybe a taller kind of bicycle. This one is really just, I really like it. 5'8", and I'm, like I said, I'm not flat footing it, but the ball of my foot is really comfy, flat on the ground. My heel is not reaching the ground. It's not a flat foot, but the stability of the ball of my feet is already there. It's already so stable. Maneuvering through traffic is one of the hardest things if you're carrying a motorcycle. 300cc, that's still acceptable. 400cc, it's already at the limit, especially if it's a sport bike. But this 400cc Royal Enfield Himalayan is just proving itself to be very worthy, even in traffic conditions. It's okay weaving through it. 44 degrees Celsius, that's the temperature in traffic, and it's holding. I mean, should it be something that I need to worry of? I don't think so. This thing should be eating this up okay. Well, this is the suckiest of all. If I was in any other motorcycle, I would have been cursing and cursing. But this one, it's just I'm actually having fun maneuvering. Well, not as fun as in the straights and just going straight and in the bends. But this one, it's not giving me a headache. This is I can reach the ground fairly easy. I can stabilize the bike fairly easy. If there's something bothering me at this point, it will be the clutch being so heavy. But besides that, it's okay. Weaving through traffic, it's like this motorcycle wants you to weave through it. It's telling you, yes, you can do it, yes, you can do it with not much difficulty. And yes, I agree. It's letting me do it without much difficulty. Oh, this is no fun. I'm just getting tired already. Really tiring. I'm still here. I'm just enjoying how this motorcycle rides. It rides beautifully. I like it. I want one. It has its own place. Its own place, man. Royal Enfield really hit something here with this Himalayan. Woo! One of the nicest handling motorcycles that I have ridden to date. So nice. This motorcycle has got some magic potion built into it. I've just completed maybe 200 or 150 kilometers, go back and forth, and then up till this time we really need to get the approval of our most beloved president of the Philippines, So we need to get that thumbs up, because I'm gonna give this motorcycle a very big thumbs up. And let's just say what our president would be saying to that. Because if he did really drive this or ride this, I'm sure he'd like it. Once again, I caught you here in the tail end of this review This is the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Now, I've got my reservations regarding this motorcycle. I thought it was gonna be vibey because of the single cylinder 400. 411, I'm gonna say that, but I was so wrong. There was very minimal vibration on this bike. I mean, the vibration is so acceptable that after 3 hours of riding, I was no numbing on my hands whatsoever. I wasn't even flicking my hands to get that numbing out feel. It was just nice on my hands. So this 400cc cylinder, single cylinder, it's not that vibey. Just about the right amount of vibration that you can get from this big single cylinder 400cc. That's not the only thing that this bike excels in. I really like this bike. Now, the only thing that you're gonna be thinking about is, would you rather buy this or buy the Ninja 400? This bike is 305,000 pesos with the panniers included, all in. That's already a good price. Now, Ninja 400 would be at 295,000 without the panniers. So it's up to you if you really want to buy that panniers or not. But I haven't ridden the Ninja 400 yet. I hope someday I would be able to, so that I have a direct comparison between the two. Now, without having been ridden the Ninja 400, and since it's a sport bike, it's a bit hunch forward. This bike, even though you're a little bit upright, you still have that hunch forward posture, and it's really nice. It's not tiring. It's not painful in my back. I mean, this motorcycle, I really like it. So with all the things that this bike has, panniers, the dashboard, it's so informative. You're not gonna be looking for an angle so that you're gonna see the LCD. It's just analog and everything's compass, fuel gauge, tachometer, odometer, trip meter, speedo. Everything's just right where you can see it. Now the handlebars, they're wide, but they're good wide. Not too wide, still good wide. One thing, this is buzzing because it lacks one screw. It's something that happened here. So, aside from that, this motorcycle rocks. I would gladly buy it if I do need to, but like I said, I would like to ride the Ninja 400 first. That way I would be able to discern more thoroughly what I would be wanting between the two. Now, thank you once again for Norman Ring, NDC, Sir George, Sir Jake, Sir Daniel, everyone here for letting me ride these bikes. These are really nice bikes. If ever you'd like to test ride a bike, come over here, let them check you out, and they're probably gonna let you have a go at it as well. Now, like I said, this bike is really nice. If I was to dish my own money, providing that my money is there, and I cannot wait for the Ninja 400, this would be a really strong contender for it. Royal Enfield Himalayan. It's not named the Himalayan for no reason. If you like this video, do leave thumbs up and hit the bell icon if you like to be notified of future uploads that I do on this channel, and subscribe if you haven't. Once again, this has been Moto 1911. Thanking you guys for checking out this channel and being with me. And you know, I'm doing the father phase now, so there's going to school and everything, so I'm not able to ride most of the time, but still, you guys are checking me out, and I thank you very much for that. See you guys in the next video, and ride safe. Ciao, brothers.